1, 2, 3.
Hi, we're the Builders and the Pushers,
and you're watching the Lollapalooza channel. How the band formed, we just kind of were all playing other bands at the time and over at a friend's house, and we just kind of had instruments around, so it was very, very kind of organic process. It wasn't like we were going to like, let's start a band and play a bunch of shows. To a close, you choose to be alone, you float through your life.
We grew up in Alaska. It's pretty great going to a show in Alaska and seeing the people there.
In big cities, there's the punk kids, and the goth kids, and the metal kids, and all these people that all have their like little scene, but Alaska's so underpopulated that they all kind of like coalesce. So you see somebody and you're like, what are you trying to do? Because he's got like 8 things going on, but he just wants to be different, and so it's kind of a cool thing.
And people will mosh at any show in Alaska. It doesn't matter.
Blues
Traveler gets
came,
mosh pits
and it
in
was
Alaska.
Just desperate for entertainment.
And all your belongings turn to dirt in the ground.
We would go play for the lines outside of shows that we had wished we could either be attending or when we got more into it, it's like, I wish we could open for this show. So let's just play on the street outside and see what kind of reaction we get. Things worked out okay, and now we have genuine gigs, and now Lollapalooza. So it all progressed very well. Have we ever been to Lollapalooza? I haven't.
But I did buy it on pay-per-view one time to watch in my home.
More or less exciting than professional wrestling.
I've never purchased professional wrestling,
Yeah, right.
But looking at the list, you're just boggled that you get to be a part of something that great with all these amazing bands. Depeche Mode.
There's a guy named Joe Pug from Chicago. Interesting to see.
Pretty lucky to be able to do this.
We have played Chicago. A handful of times, mostly at Shuba's. Where else?
We got to play the Metro in Palmer. That was super awesome.
We like Chicago a lot.
We have friends that live in a suburb north of Chicago called Evanston. So honestly, like, we'll play the show in Chicago and then like scurry back to Evanston because you can actually park there and stuff. So we know that place really well.
People in the audience with the instruments was a very natural thing. When we first started the real shows, not on the streets, we were a floor level. We were eye level with everyone, and we just had all our stuff laying on the floor anyway. And people drink, and then people grab stuff.
We hand out shakers and tambourines if it looks like the crowd is having fun, because we want them to join in and have a group experience as opposed to a separated experience. We've started spray painting tambourines and selling them so that people can like play during the show with us if they want, and then have something to take home.
New record. We got to work with Chris Funk from the Decemberists, so that was really amazing, and a lot of really amazing people played on it, and so it was just great. I was kind of writing songs with a friend, and he showed me all this kind of pre-1950s and pre-60s American music that kind of changed my whole writing and made me want to write stuff that was more like that and a little bit more like simple and a little bit more story songs and stuff like that, and a little bit darker because a lot of those old songs are super dark. The album is thematically really similar to the rest of ours, like very dark, like story songs and stuff like that. So.
The music scene in Portland is bustling. Great shows every night of the week. Everybody and their mom is a musician, so it can be a little overwhelming. When I moved to Portland, I would go to shows every night. When there's a good show in town, there's amazing turnouts, and there will always be a great local band opening, so there's like a big local element. The music scene is just really strong there. Most of the people that worked with us on our most recent album are all local musicians in Portland.
In really great bands.
Yeah. 5 years from now, we'll still be performing.
It'll be quite a different band, but no idea what that means.
like 80s Genesis.
Yeah, like it'd be
Same band, but
Yeah.
you know,
Or like Jefferson Airplane becoming Starship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we'll become the builders and the butchers.
Starship.
Everything that's golden and green goes to hell.